a phone call I got last night from a friend, a longtime friend, who's a college basketball coach. And he was reaching a hardcore NBA fan, college basketball coach, been involved with basketball his whole life. He reached out to me last night to say, hey, man, you guys in the media are totally missing the boat on everything as relates to Luka Doncic. And then so we got on the phone and I started, hold on, what are you talking? Did you see my show? And it led to a conversation with him about men's sports. And it led to a conversation. We ended up talking about the NFL, and we started talking about the NBA, and we started talking about the WNBA. And he has heard me make the assertion like, hey, the WNBA is going to surpass the NBA at some point in popularity, I think in the next 3 to 5 years. And he's like, I disagree with that. But his take is that there's a bubble that's about to burst as it relates to the NFL. And then as he unpacked that, I then said, what we're going to talk about today is like, I think there's a bubble as it relates to men's sports. And that men's sports is starting to lose its appeal in a massive way, and that women's sports are ascending, I think, in a massive way, most particularly as it relates to the WNBA. And I know you guys get tired of me talking about that. Some of you do. Some of you, quit talking about women's sport, blah, blah. But guys, I'm just here to examine what's going on in the culture. These things that I talk about aren't like, hey, this is what I want to happen. This is what I'm hoping happens. I'm just telling you what is happening. And as me and my friend were discussing this last night, I started pointing to and talking about, look at this Super Bowl. Again, it's the greatest platform and annual television show. It's the biggest event in America every year. More than 100 million people gather around TVs, throw parties. It's a big holiday. It's the only thing still that brings us all together in a massive, massive way. And look at the discussion going on as it relates to the Super Bowl. It's gotten to the point comedians are showing up Super Bowl week and media availability day, and they're now trolling Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce with questions about officiating and questions about how they're being favored. This conversation about a rigged National Football League is everywhere. It is the story of the Super Bowl. Tell me what matchup is everybody talking about? Has the conversation centered on, oh my God, Patrick Mahomes, and he's about to win his 4th Super Bowl. Where does this put him in the Brady conversation? Yes, there's a little bit of that conversation going on, particularly on TV and the sports media. But with the public, all they're talking about as it relates to the National Football League is like, there's going to be some officiating call in this deal that's going to favor the Chiefs and is going to hand the Chiefs the Super Bowl. The level of cynicism, skepticism, the side eye that the National Football League, the NFL, is getting is at an unprecedented level. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, so why not start stacking some today? The Fold app gives you Bitcoin rewards when you buy gift cards at Amazon, Uber, DoorDash, and Home Depot. Over 50 national merchants. Go to foldapp.com/Whitlock right now. New users get a Bitcoin bonus with their first gift card purchase. Start earning Bitcoin rewards today. Fold app. And so let's just start, and we'll play these clips back to back of someone going around trolling Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. Let's play SOT 1 and 2 back to back. They're trolling Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes about officiating.
Travis, what do you love more, Taylor Swift or phantom 15-yard roughing the passer penalties in the playoffs?
That's a good question. Anyone else?
Patrick, for your whole career, you have had so many great people help you win. So who is your favorite ref?
That's hilarious. All the refs are great, man. All the refs are great. They do the best they can. And go out there and play the game the right way.
Is there one that you give a Christmas card to every year, possibly?
Not that I can remember. I'll have to talk to some of my teammates and try to figure it out.
This is the Super Bowl, and the credibility of the National Football League in a rigged game has reached a point where, and again, I've probably attended 15 to 20 Super Bowls in my life. I've been to Media Day 15 to 20 times. I've never seen this. The credibility of America's number one sport and its biggest show and platform is being dominated by questions about the legitimacy of the game. And the NFL isn't prepared for this. They don't know how to handle it. The NFL has been so focused on everything other than the actual game and the quality of the game that they're not prepared to even defend their game. They don't even know how they got in this position, and they're going to start ripping press passes away or spread money around, or they're going to have to do something to make this go away, because this is going to eventually undermine the NFL if it already hasn't. So here's the other headline from the NFL Super Bowl week this week, and you tell me this isn't just another symptom, another sign, like, man, what is going on with professional sports and the NFL and the Super Bowl and just men's sports? They had to make some announcement, or they got questioned about the logo. That they asked Roger Goodell about the slogans that they put in the end zone. End racism. And so there's a story about how end racism will no longer be in the end zone in 2025. They're going with choose love. And then at the other end of the end zone, they're going to stick with it takes all of us. And so they're removing end racism because they know that's been divisive. They know that the political climate is like, hey, man, this whole little blanket accusation that everything about America is racist and every white person is racist, that's run its course. The George Floyd hangover, everybody sobered up from. And so they're ending that. But they're keeping the Black national anthem. No change on that. They're going to play Lift Every Voice and Sing, or have someone sing it and make that a part of the Super Bowl festivities. They're going to continue to troll or antagonize their largest fan base. People don't like men's sports. The main thing is no longer the main thing. The actual players on the field, the competition on the field, they've turned the NFL into a story where the refs are just as much a part of the narrative and storyline. And again, they might as well start giving them all pregame introductions and saying which college they came from.
Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.